Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from Ford Field. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go!
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
56 to Mike. Check out. Blue 40.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Now Johnson. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Luck. And he'll find Hall. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Long. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. He's at the 30. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Gano the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. After the run, Luck going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Ready. 18 Gators. Ready.
On 1st down, Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go quickly here out to Moore. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Luck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Luck. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
That's taken on the 25. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
Here we go. 10-2, sir.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 31, Allen, and he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
No, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Let's put that team on the butt.
Throwing is Love. On the crossing route, complete. It's Hall. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the... And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
At the 15-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Allen now looks to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. Prater for the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Right there, 54 Mike.
On first down, Dobbins, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 46-yard line.
Down, 10 Lobo. Right there, 40's Mike. I'm on.
They'll try the left side. Dobbins, he's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run on 2nd down with Adams, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Hey, rock it, rock it.
First down,
Get.
On first down, Dobbins, and this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Luck now to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Lott. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Taken from just outside the 30. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yeah.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Go out.
Here's Allen to throw it. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Coaching spill.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. SOS.
Fair.
SOS.
Yo, go. Hey, exit. Let's go. Ready.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
Let's go.
Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Three ball.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins breaks through the contact. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A carry for Adams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up.
Let's go now. 50, plant. it.
On third down, Dobbins. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
X3, 218, chopper.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike 51, we got to get the ball.
80 weapons.
Check this.
On second down, Dobbins. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Allen, flush to his right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. It's the fullback. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Bravo.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Let's go. Hey, Mike.
To the air, Allen. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On first down, it's Hubbard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot. And now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's get 61. Matchbox lights. Hey, team 6. Let's go.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
3rd and long.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
40 to Mike.
Leo.
Joker.
Snap.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A first down carry here for Johnson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Locke. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On first down, it's Locke. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Allen, this one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Kill, kill, kill.
On 2nd and 7, Allen taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Panthers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Luck. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Luck. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Hubbard, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and 11 now. Luck. James has got it. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw. Luck. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Luck. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. This will be taken very short. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop.
And let's pin the mirror.
On first down, Dobbins. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 33. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, Dobbins. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city, with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.